All right, guys, welcome to our weekly webinar. Hopefully you can see me. If you can, somebody just send me a message just so I know. Otherwise, we are going to go ahead and get started. Hopefully we have some guests. I did invite some guests along on this call too. So if you are joining us, just as kind of a sneak peek into our team, I want to welcome you. I'm so excited that you are joining us for this webinar. So a couple little housekeeping. I always say housekeeping. I don't know why. I hate cleaning. I don't know why I say housekeeping. But a couple little housekeeping things just to kind of keep us focused for the month. We are almost halfway through the month this Friday, Saturday, because it's a 31-day month. We will be reaching the midway point in the month. How are you doing? Are you close to your goals? You should be about halfway to your goals. If you're there, great, that's so awesome. If you're not there, that's okay. You know why? Because all you got to do is take a step back and replan. I know me personally, my goal was already to have 4 or 5 parties booked for the month. I'm not there. I'm not there at all, but that's okay. I had a couple of things fall through. So I'm taking some time this evening after the webinar is over, and I'm going to refocus and replan and figure out what I need to do to reach my sales goal, because I like to keep myself accountable, and I know that you guys aren't going to work your business if I'm not working my business, so I always set myself a super high goal so I can set the example for you guys. So I know that I need to take a step back, refocus and replan and figure out what I need to do to get my sales where I need to be. So if you guys have any issues or any problems or anything, or you're just feeling a little bit stuck this month, let me know. Send me a message. I'll sit down with you, like virtually. Like, I'm not gonna come to your house because most of you live several hours away. But we will virtually sit down together and plan your month, and that way you can get closer to reaching your goals. So never give up, especially this early. Like, it's too early in the month. Like, no, we don't give up. So yeah, I think that was the main thing I wanted to talk about, because we are going to be getting close to the mid point in the month. Just a reminder, if you are local to me or anywhere within driving distance, I am doing a training on June 7th at the Ramada Inn in Cumberland from 1 to 4. The link to register for that is in my training group. If you missed it, let me know. And I would love to have you join us. I'm trying to get a couple more registered before I put the deposit down, just to make sure that we're going to have enough. So be sure to register soon. For those of you in Canada, if you are near Ashley, get to our meeting this Saturday. I'm so excited to come to Canada and see you guys. So I hope you're going to be joining us. It's going to be fun. And I think Ashley's working on some sort of theme for you guys to do for the meeting. So it should be super fun. So the main reason I wanted to do, or the main topic I wanted to talk about this week is your why. I was talking with another leader last month, Anne Marie, and no, last week. Did I say last month? I don't even know. It's only Monday and I'm already not thinking straight. So I was talking with her last week, and we were just talking about how important it is to have a why in your business, and being able to connect your why with what your commission is, connecting them two together. So we're going to talk about that and ways that you can use your why to help propel you in your business. So I do have notes, as always, otherwise I will ramble and we'll be on this like 3 hours from now still. So if I look over, I'm just looking at my notes. So if you are not familiar with a why, your why is basically why you are doing this business. What made you take the leap and launch your unique business? What is it that you're working towards? It can be anything you want it to be, as long as it keeps you motivated in your business. And some examples that I have of what your why can be. Hold on. My notes are crapping out on me. Hang on a minute. Don't you love technology? I should have just wrote it down. Okay. Your why could be anything, like I said, as long as it's keeping you motivated in your business. And for example, it could be paying off debt. That's a big one for me. We accumulated, well, I say we, talking about me and my husband, but it was really me. Don't ever tell him I admit that. But yeah, it could be paying off debt. It could be being able to be a stay-at-home parent, building your dream home, being able to afford vacation, giving your kids a better life, financial freedom, just to have mommy time, to be able to get out of the house, go do events, do home parties, go to meetings, and just have mommy time, and to where you're focused on yourself and not about your kids and your husband. Or it could even be you being able to afford to go get like a mani-pedi by yourself. Like, that's pretty cool. I mean, not a lot of, that's something that I don't take advantage of a lot, but I really should. But yeah, if your why could be as simple as earning an extra, 50, 60, I don't even know how much they cost, 50, 60, 70, 80 bucks to go get a mani-pedi once a month, or once every 2 months even. That's a pretty good why. Just get out of the house for a little bit. Making new friends. This is something that was really important to me when I started with my previous company, because I had a very small circle of friends, and I met so many people by doing that. And in growing with Unique, I've met even more people, and I've met people from all over the world because of Unique. And I have these friends on Facebook from all over the world that I am just as close to as I am my close circle of local friends here. And another big why that some people say is just proving to yourself that you can do it. How important is that? Being able to prove to yourself that you can do something for you, that you can bring in extra money to your house. It could be maybe it's somebody's even saying, oh, you're never going to be able to do that. Well, I'm going to tell you a person, if you tell me I can't do something, I'm going to go do it. So being able to prove to yourself and anybody else that you want to the fact that you can do it and you can succeed. So those are all really good examples of what your why could be. Literally, it could be anything. I mean, that is just a very small portion of what it could be. So it's important to share your why, not just with like your husband or your boyfriend or best friend or your mom. It's important to share it with your sponsor or your elite upline. And here's why. If we can better understand why you're working this business, we can help you more, because we will then know how important it is to you, what you're working towards, and we can help you stay focused on that. So if I know that you're working your business to help pay off medical bills, or to help you pay off student loan debt, or to help you just be able to cover a car payment, you know what I mean? Anything like that. If you're doing this so you can afford to send your kids to private school, anything like that, I can use that to help you. So it's really important to make sure, and that's why a lot of times when somebody new starts, one of the first questions that sponsors will sometimes ask is, well, what's your why? Why are you doing this? And we're not nosy. I mean, well, a little bit. Maybe we are a little bit nosy. But in all honesty and in all seriousness, we're doing it so we can better understand where you're coming from and why you're working this business. And it's so we can help you more. So we're not being nosy. We just want to know. Okay. Moving on. So why is your why important? You're going to hear the word why a lot in this. But why is your why so important? A lot of people may not even have a why when they start out. It could be, oh, I like the kit. It's a really good deal for a little bit of money. I really want the kit. That could be why you're starting out. But as you're growing and as you're seeing what's possible and you're earning money, you're going to develop this why of like, okay, why do I want to do this? When you have something that you're working towards, it's easier to look back and remember why you're doing what you're doing. I know we all have stressful times in our businesses, and when you can look back during those stressful times when you feel like this isn't working, I just want to give up, I can't do this anymore, you can look back and realize, okay, that's why I'm doing it. That's why I need to keep going. I've been there several times, in my business. It's absolutely normal. It's normal to be frustrated. If you've never been frustrated in your business, fantastic. But I know very few people that have never been frustrated. So you're not alone, but it's normal to be frustrated. What separates the successful from the others is being able to identify with their why. So the reason I've never given up is because my why is so strong. Because I can always look at that and I know, okay, because this is my why, I cannot and I will not give up. And those times you just need to take a step back, refocus, remember why you're doing it, and then move forward. Okay, it's totally normal to feel that way. I also have on here that the bigger and scarier your why is, the better. Don't be afraid to dream. It's just going to push you further. Whether you start out with your why, just being able to go get a mani-pedi, grow it into being able to afford a car payment, to being able to buy your dream house. Make it big. Make it big, because your why is constantly going to be changing. As you grow and as your business grows, your why is going to be forever changing. I know when I started, I'm trying to find it here. When I started, my why was simply to be able to stay home with my son. I didn't want to have to go back to work outside of the house. I wanted to be able to earn money and still be able to not miss anything. You know what I mean? Because my son was 9 months old when I quit my job. I didn't want to miss anything at all. So that's why I started. When I got to a point that it was okay, I'm comfortable, I'm not going to have to stay home. My son is now to the point that he hates when my husband goes to work. So as crazy and as crazy as it sounds, my why now is to become the sole income provider for my family. I would love nothing more than for my husband to be able to stay at home. He's always dreamed of having his own restaurant or food business. I would love for him to be able to reach that goal. And I really think he can only do that if I become the sole income provider in our family. So that's what my why is now. Another reason having a why is important is because it helps your customers, and even just people on your friends list, even if they're not customers of yours, it helps them relate to you. It helps them understand why you're doing this. Share your story. Always share, okay? Always share your story. Relate anything that you do back to unique. For example, we just bought furniture. I don't know why I pointed to my furniture. You can't see it. I don't know. But we bought furniture, and I could relate that back to, I used my unique card to buy our new furniture. So always share your story and make it part of your business. You could say, I'm working so hard so I can, and then fill it in with your why. Or, I can't believe I've come so far since I started with Unique. Being able to whatever is something I've only ever dreamed of, and just go from there. It makes you human to your customers and friends instead of just another salesperson. Nobody likes salespeople. For example, last month I was really busting my butt to earn the Jamaica cruise. Even though we still had this month, I had my goal set that I was going to earn it in April. And I put out there why I was working so hard, and that I've never earned a trip before. I've never been on a cruise before. I've always wanted to go, and I'm really working hard to earn this trip. And I just put my whole heart out there and what I was doing and why I was doing it. Within an hour, a high school friend of mine went on my website and spent $94. Like, because of that post, because she knew I was working towards. Now, let me tell you, she has other friends that sell. Okay, and it's not that she's somebody that I don't approach, because I know that she has her pick. She can go wherever she wants. It doesn't matter to me. But she saw my post, and because I was being real, and because I was showing that I was working towards something and why I was working towards it, she chose to go spend her money on my website to help me out. So when you're real and you're sharing why you're doing something, people are going to be more likely to want to help you. because they know what you're working towards, and they kind of feel like they're part of your story. So let them be part of your story. And don't be afraid to share it. You never know who you are inspiring. I've shared posts before and have gotten messages from people that I've never heard from before, that were just kind of random Facebook friends. And they just tell me that what my post was, or if I did a video or something, that it just inspired them and it meant a lot to them. You never know who you're inspiring by sharing your unique story. And you never know, it might just be your next team member. If you're talking about something that somebody else can relate to, they might want to try to do what you're doing too. So be real, be a person, and make sure you're sharing with everybody. So as I said before, mentioned this just a little bit ago, life is going to change, and so will your why. As your business grows and you reach different milestones within your business, you're going to find that that's going to change. And like I said, when I started, it was just to be able to be a stay-at-home mom, stop living paycheck to paycheck. That's no fun. It's no fun. And my why now, like I said, is to be able to provide the sole income for my family. It might take me a while to get there, but you know what? That's okay. This is my journey, and I'm okay with that. And because I share my why so much, I have a whole audience of people on Facebook and social media that are watching me and cheering me on because of that. So it's really important that I know I'm overstating this, but it's just that important that you're sharing your why. Okay. And one thing that me and Anne-Marie talked about, and one of the reasons why I wanted to do this, is because you need to start thinking when you're in those times that you're feeling lost in your business. Sorry, I had to get my train of thought back. When you're feeling lost in your business and you're just stuck and you're lacking motivation and you don't want to do anything and you're just feeling like, I just need to give up. I can't do this anymore. It's too hard. What would happen if you took those thoughts, buried them, sucked it up, did what you needed to do for your business? You probably earn a heck of a commission, right? So if you did that and you earned the commission, what would that commission do for you? What would that commission do for your family? Would it help you get closer to or fulfill your why? It probably would. It might not get you exactly to what your why is, but it's going to get you closer. So you really need to connect when you're feeling those stressful times in your business. Okay, if I can just suck this up and I can work really, really hard, I can earn this money, and that's going to help me get closer to my why. You need to connect those two. Money and your why are directly connected, okay? So anytime that you are feeling like that, just remember, the harder you work, the more you push, and the more you can bury those negative thoughts down, the closer you're going to be to your why. Making sure I'm not missing anything. The main thing, like I said, is just connecting your why with that money. And I know it's hard. A lot of people don't like to talk about money, but let's be honest. If you're doing this business, most likely you're doing it because you want the extra money. You need the extra money for something. So you need to make sure that your why and that money that you want to earn is directly connected. Don't ever let them break apart. Handcuff them together. Do whatever you need to do. Don't let them break apart, ever. So what I want you to do now, like we've talked about whys, why your why is important, and connecting that why to your commission, or your commission to your why, whatever hand. I don't want you to get confused. Whatever hand it was. Connecting that money to your why. They're connected. What I want you to do now is message your sponsor, your elite upline, or both. Maybe they're the same person. I don't know. Whoever you want to message, and tell them your why. Because remember, like I said in the beginning, if we can understand why you're in this business, what you're doing it for, we can help you better. Okay? If I don't know why you're doing this business, I can give you advice on how to work your business, but if I don't know what your goal is and even if I don't know what your like month goal is or year goal is, or like I said, like your long term, your why, it's hard for me to kind of tailor goals for you or tailor how I can help you. So if you share with your leaders and your sponsor, or like I said, both, or if there's the same person, if you share with them why you're doing this, why you're in this business, and why it's so important for you, we can help you better. That's what we're here for. We want to help you. So that's your challenge. That's what I want you to go ahead and do. If you don't have your why, it's time you get one. You need to figure out, sit down tonight and figure out, why am I doing this? What could this business do for me? I'll give you a little hint. It can do anything you want it to do. I've seen this business do, like I said, just be side income. I've seen people who have built their dream home with this business buy their dream vehicles. My upline is buying an airplane. Okay? This business can do anything you want it to do, but you need to know and connect with what you want it to do for you. Let your upline know, let your sponsor know, and we'll help you get there. Okay? Okay, that's a deal, right? Okay, verbal contract. I'm just assuming you said okay. So I think that's about it for tonight. I think that's all I had planned. I know this was a little bit shorter, but I didn't want to bore you, and I wanted, I try not to ramble. I think I did good not rambling tonight. I think so. So if you guys have any questions, I'm going to hang on here and ramble for about a minute or two. So if you have any questions at all about a why, go ahead and PM them to me. I'll answer them for you. But otherwise, I think that's going to be about it. Just remember, your why should always be changing. It doesn't have to stay the same forever. As you reach one milestone, don't think that you can just give up. Don't think you can just, oh, it's just smooth sailing. Find something else. Always dream bigger. My husband, I think I get on my husband's nerves sometimes because I do. I'm a dreamer. He says that I'm a dreamer, and he tells me that a lot of my dreams aren't realistic, and that just makes me want to prove him wrong. So I just keep getting bigger goals and dreaming a little bit bigger. So you can never dream too big. Like I said, we have presenters that are buying boats, airplanes. Like, seriously, like, this can do anything you want it to do. So it doesn't look like we're having any questions come through. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out. If you have any team members or anything that missed the call or missed the webinar, I will certainly post the link, and I will share the link with Anne-Marie as well, because I know she had invited her team to listen as well. But yeah, I think that's it. All right, guys, have a good night. Talk to you later.